The protests that happened in Greece has been broadcasted internationally with inaccurate or false information. I live in Greece. I attended a protest here in Rhodos. Firstly, international news outlets say that we were hundreds of thousands out protesting. That's inaccurate. It was millions of Greeks protesting nationwide and worldwide. When you look online, I know I checked internationally on BBC, CNN, The Guardian, The New York Times. Do you know what comes up? That Greeks were rioting and it was a violent protest. These violent acts are paid people by the government to stir shit so that the police can get involved, and the police are aware of it, of course, because they're in on it, to clear out the mess, because they want to clear out the protests. Of course, there are probably a few individuals that partake in that violence, but no. On a nationwide level, we were peacefully protesting. We were peacefully demanding justice. And so I just want people to know on an international level, that is not the case. It is propaganda. It is very, very manipulated. And it's very sick and twisted. So you have to keep in mind that firstly, the statistics of the amount and volume of protesters is completely inaccurate. It is not hundreds and thousands. It is millions. Millions of civilians, millions of citizens, millions of a whole nation. You have to remember that our government is shitting themselves. They are scared shitless. That all of this dark and twisted corruption that they are up to is being exposed. Those that are responsible will eventually be held accountable, and they are shitting themselves, and they should. They should, because the country will not rest until there is justice for every single soul that was lost, including their families that are suffering. So our government is shitting themselves, and good, you must. You guys that steal our money, you guys that live your lavish lives, and you go on your fancy holidays, you eat the money of the country, and you're up to all of the corruption. Good, shit yourselves, because your day is coming. Your day is coming, and the country will not rest until we have a change in system, because people are fed up. Our quality of life is declining while these muppets, these puppets, these clowns in office are thriving. They're thriving because they're taking the country's money and they're not improving the country. They are taking it and putting it in their own pockets while the citizens are left with shitty healthcare. They're left with dangerous and unsafe public services of transport, dilapidated roads, which are unsafe, decaying and crumbling buildings and bridges. It is a joke. They say that the souls that were taken with this injustice is what's setting a movement forward for a brighter future ahead. And it's a shame that it had to happen in order for change to come. It's sad that people had to die for the country to have to unite, to stand for justice, and for politicians and the government to take road safety, public transport seriously. So anyways.